Good evening. It is Friday evening, February 22nd at 21:33 p.m. And I'm making this video because of an issue that's come up over the last week or two, and it's come up before in the 18 months that I've been walking. This has come up several times, and I have learned that the best way to um, approach this is head on. So I'll be going over a lot of information on this video. It'll be probably a little long, but I think videotaping this instead of typing it out for Facebook purposes is much better than having to have you read it because it'll be a pretty long story. Let me start off first of all by thanking everyone. From the very first moment I started planning this walk, it's been more than 2 years ago to the first day that I started this walk and up to this point. For all of you that have been on board, for those of you that have shown me continued support, for those of you that have come on board recently and shown your support, for those of you that keep me in your daily prayers, I really appreciate it. For those of you that send me words of encouragement and inspiring posts, I really thank you. I've always said that even though I'm the boots on the ground doing this walk, not one single step I take would mean anything if not for all of you and your continued support. I truly owe all of you so very much. And in my heart of hearts, I love you all, and I thank you all so much for your prayers and support. At this moment, I'm comfortable at the fire station, engine number 1 in Americus, Georgia. I've been here since yesterday. I took today off to meet with one of my sponsors, and I'll take tomorrow off because tomorrow I've been given the honorary opportunity to get a tour of the Andersonville Civil War POW Museum and the Andersonville Civil War Battleground. So I took the 2 days off to have that opportunity to see that. And of course I'll take Sunday off because I try not to walk on Sundays. That's my day of Sabbath. So that's where we are at this time of the walk. To date, for those of you who don't know, to date I have walked 1,610 miles. I've been to 6 capitals through 9 states, and it's been phenomenal. Okay, now let me kind of get on the purpose that I'm posting this video to begin with. Before I tell you what the reason is, by the time you hear this whole video, if any of you on Facebook are offended, are angered, are disappointed in me, are ashamed of me, and you choose to separate yourself between or distance yourself between me and my walk, there'll be no hard feelings. I absolutely understand. But I believe in being very transparent. I'm the kind of person that shoots from the hip. I speak what I feel. And I always lay all the cards on the table so you know that when you join our cause, when I say our, I mean the Silver Star Families of America, which is the nonprofit end of this walk. When you join our cause and you donate to us, you know exactly what you're getting in for. So here's what it is. Just in case you are not aware of this, and this is the issue that's come up in the last 2 weeks again. I proudly served this great nation for a total of 8 years. I first joined the Army Reserve in 1980 in Dalton, Georgia, right out of high school. and I served 18 months as an armor tank crewman for the Army Reserve. I was awarded an inter-service transfer. So I transferred from the Army Reserve to the U.S. Marine Corps and served 3 years. I then got out for a couple of months and served an additional 2 or 3 more years and then got out again. Well, here's the issue. My separation from the Army Reserve was honorable. My separation from the Marine Corps first term was honorable. But the separation from the Marine Corps the second term was a bad conduct discharge. Now, a lot of people hold that against me, but please let me explain why I got a bad conduct. I did do brig time, and I was kicked out of the Marine Corps, but it was under special circumstances. I'm not going to go into the great detail because I'm not at liberty to discuss some of those facts. But I still get military benefits. Here's my VA card right here. So I still get benefits like any other veteran does that's received an honorable discharge. But I was kicked out with a bad conduct. In a nutshell, I was on embassy duty, and I'm sorry, let me back up actually. Before I went on embassy duty, I was stationed at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and I fell in love with a woman. Well, I fell in love. I thought she loved me as well. We were inseparable. We were like this. If you ever saw us together, we were like this. And I trusted her completely. When I got orders to go to embassy duty, which I had volunteered, I volunteered before I met her, and there wasn't a slot open at the time. And after I met her, some months, about a year later, the orders came through. Now, this may not be true anymore, but at the time, when you signed up for embassy duty, you had to sign a waiver that you would not be married or get married for the time on embassy duty, which at the time was 18 months. So the orders came down. I had to report to Quantico for school. She knew that we couldn't get married for 2 years, or at least 18 months. So in trusting her, I wanted to make sure she was taken care of while I served overseas for those 18 months. So I made her power of attorney over all my affairs. And that's the first part of the mistake that I made. She took that privilege and ruined me to the tune of over $10,000 in debt. It was so bad that I got sent back to the United States to take care of that issue. Well, this is where I made the mistake. This is what forced my hand and where I really screwed up. I was so angry with her for what she did to me. I went UA in the Marine Corps. It's called unauthorized absence, also known as AWOL, to find her, to find out why she did this to me. I was gone for a couple of months. I was apprehended, brought back to Quantico to face charges, and was kicked out. Again, there are far more details involved, which I'm at liberty not to discuss, but that's what it was in a nutshell. I was young, stupid, and I made a very bad judgment call. That was more than 22 years ago. Now, some people that I've met on this walk, even some people that have crossed paths with before the walk even started, continue to hold that decision I made against me. Now, was it a dumb mistake? Absolutely. Was it idiotic, stupid, unprofessional, un-Marine Corps-like? Absolutely yes. I own that I screwed up. I know that I did. But let me make something very clear. I didn't get the bad conduct because I hurt anybody. I didn't steal from anybody. I didn't commit larceny. I didn't sell any top secrets to our enemy. I didn't murder anybody. I didn't harm anybody. I made a bad decision call on the trust I had for a woman that I loved, and that's what got me kicked out. Now, if that part of this video offends you or angers you because of what I'm doing, and you choose to separate or distance yourself from what I'm doing, I will wish you the best of luck. There's no hard feelings, and I'll wish you Godspeed. I still feel that I'm still a U.S. Marine. Again, I have a VA card. I earned that title by crossing the parade deck on graduation day when I went to boot camp. My bad conduct discharge is not the normal BCD. It was under special circumstances. It doesn't define who I am today. I still wear the uniform proudly. It's a bit altered because I'm no longer in the military, but I have the presence of the military. You've seen pictures and videos of me in my camouflage, walking in boots, and sometimes pulling that cart behind me. What I did 22 years ago does not change my mission today. For those people who continue to bring or drum up my past, that's their prerogative. They can do that. They never do it to my face. It's funny. They'll contact the people that I'm staying with, or they'll contact towns and cities ahead of me. But it's not going to stop me. And the next part of this video, if I come across sounding angry or disrespectful, you'll have to understand and you'll have to pardon me. But right now, I'm focusing this video on those people that continue to do this. Look into my eyes. Look very carefully. And let me make a point very clear to you. For those people who continue to drum my past up, who continue to shove this in my face, actually, before I go any further, if anyone wants to read about my past, it's out there. It's on my website. If you go to my bio on my website and look at the very bottom, because my military career is chronological from the first time to the very last when I was in, so it's near the bottom. You can read all the details about my bad conduct discharge. But for those who continue to drum up my past and try and stop me on this walk, I want you to look deep into my eyes and realize something. What you're doing may anger some people. What you're doing may offend some people to the point where they choose to walk away from what we're doing. And I don't mean this next comment directed to anyone. I'm just stating a fact. We have over 17 sponsors on board, and we have more coming on board in the near future. If every sponsor I currently have were to walk away and discontinue sponsoring us, if every Facebook follower and friends, which equals over 16,000, decide to no longer support us, if those people that I've met so far on this walk choose to turn their back on me, if not one reporter reports my story from this day forward, if everybody were to walk away and turn their back on this walk, if I lost everything I have, the cart that I pull, the gear that I have, the very laptop I'm making this video on, and I had to walk this walk barefooted in blue jean shorts, a t-shirt, and carry everything in a Walmart plastic bag, I am not going to stop until I'm finished. I will not falter. I will not fail. I will not quit. So you can continue to drum the past up. And I'll agree. Was it a stupid choice? Absolutely. I do not deny that. I was young, dumb, and in love and trusted the wrong person. But I need everyone to understand that my past does not define who I am today. Now, my steps on this walk might be slow, but I'm still stepping. Something else these negative people want to bring up is that they say to me, Mac, you're holding on by the tips of your fingers. But you know what? I'm still hanging on. I don't believe that people should be judged by their past. That's just my personal preference. But for some reason, these people, and they're the same people. I'm just not going to give them the audience by mentioning their names, but they know who they are. That was the sole purpose of this video. I just want to make it clear to everyone that I'm not going to stop this walk. Number two, my past does not define who I am today. I challenge anyone who continues to drum this past up to throw the first stone. Ye without sin may cast a first stone. Well, I won't keep you too much longer for those that are watching this. Let me reiterate what I said in the very beginning. For those of you that continue to support me, support Silver Star families, that continue to send me words of encouragement, that keep me in your prayers, that open your homes to me, that bring me food and water and escort me, of all the things you've done for me on this walk, I thank you, and I love you for that. I hope that no one who watches this video is angered by my past actions, is offended or upset, and I hope you don't turn away. But if you do, there'll be no hard feelings, and I'll wish you well. In closing, I want to put a special shout out to my daughter. She's my biggest inspiration. She's my strength out here. She's more important to me than anything, and she knows that if she were to ask me to stop this walk, to take care of her for any reason, I would stop that quick to make sure she's okay. But she supports me on this walk. She knows about my past. She doesn't care. Thank you all again for taking the time to watch this. I also want to thank my sister, Sunshine, my brother, my niece Rosa, and her family. They were a big asset to the success of this walk. And to all my friends that have come on board, and to my current sponsors that are on board. None of this would be possible without you. I love you all very much. I hope this weekend is a phenomenal one for each and every one of you. And my walk will begin Tuesday morning because I have another appointment that was just given to me today for Monday. So this 3 or 4 day weekend will allow my blisters to heal, my body to heal for that matter. So my walk will re-begin Tuesday morning. Thank you all again. I love you all very dearly. Have a good night. God bless. and simplify.